Welcome back to The Wolf Among Us. Last time, we had a bit of an argument with Snow, in which she said that she was the deputy mayor, sort of out of nowhere. The line of succession does not exactly make sense, nor is entirely clear. Everybody was against Big B, but also kind of likes him. So, trust no one, I guess. Narissa's waiting in our office. We've just made it back after trying to figure out what the fuck we're going to do, both individually and as a department, as the government in general, which all in is quite apparently inadequate for what it needs to do. And I guess we'll see how this goes.
Hi, Sheriff.
Hi, Narissa. Have a seat.
What kind of psycho keeps their bulletin board like that?
Are you okay? You didn't look good last night. I wasn't sure you'd be, around if I came by.
Well, let's just say I've been better.
Huff and Puffs. Not many people smoke those.
Well, somebody else does. What was the context before? There was somebody... We found a
Thanks.
Huff and Puff, but...
So what was that back there with Crane?
I think it was
Why?
at the crime...
Tell me
At the, in
it's
204,
not too
wasn't
late
it?
to talk.
There's not a lot that I can talk about. You know that.
So that spell Crane was trying to break. It's not just while you're at work, huh?
What I mean is, I don't want to waste your time, but I don't want you wasting your own time either.
Back in the dressing room at the Pudding and Pie, I told you what I was looking for, and you found a way to tell me. You sent me to the open arms. Maybe that'll work again.
She's touching her neck. It's
You can
clearly the
try.
ribbon.
Go ahead. It might work.
You're here because the crooked man just sent Crane to the bottom of my list of worries. And you have something you want to say about that, right?
These lips are sealed. If I could answer you just like that, I wouldn't have had to make that appointment with you.
No, I guess not.
Sometimes we have to find our way through life on our own, grasping and fumbling in the dark. I used to have friends to help me find my way, but now they're gone, and I don't know what to do. Is this making any sense? I'm not sure how I can...
Are you trying to say something about Faith and Lily?
It's pretty apparent.
What I'm saying is friends matter. And I don't have any left.
I wonder if we can get Auntie
So I
Greenleaf to
hope you're
dispel
looking
whatever's
after
going on with that
yours.
ribbon.
Are you? Look around you.
Are you telling me my friends are involved?
I'm sorry. I thought I could do this. I need you to know I want to help, but...
It's okay. Take your time.
I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time. I thought I knew how to say it.
Ribbons. Faith wore one too.
Yes, we're finally
Do you
getting
like it?
there.
Do you?
It's not how it looks that concerns me. It's what it does. That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
That's not gonna go well.
That spell Crane talked about. Is there any way to break it? Is there something I can do about it?
No! These flips are sealed.
What?
You can't. Just stay back.
Yep.
You can't do that.
Slow down. It's all right. I'm not gonna do anything.
Please, don't.
I didn't think that what I selected has any had any implication of
I get it.
reaching for her neck, but Jesus,
So the
okay.
ribbons, if you take them off.
If anyone finds out I came here,
That's probably snow.
listen, Sheriff. Can you keep this conversation between us? I could be in a lot of trouble. I shouldn't be talking to you. Please.
I won't tell anyone, don't worry.
Thank you.
But Snow already knows. Gotta say, the
Sorry,
charcoal,
I
the
just need to
charcoal
talk to the sheriff for a
pantsuit
moment.
thing, it's a
Please
better
excuse
look.
us.
1 minute.
I might
Although-
have a new lead for you, but I don't know how
Character design wise, it does have more substantial implications. I mean, it's a little on the nose, right? But obviously, if you have a, off-white and it's bloodied, and then you switch to a darker color, you could obviously that's potentially reading more into it than may necessarily be there. But it's a very common thing in cinema and theater to, obviously one of the most obvious versions of that is the white hat, black hat design thing that they used to do in old westerns, where basically because of long shots and various things to identify who was who were the good guys, who were the bad guys, you have them in different color hats. But anyway, I digress.
What it is. Beauty and Beast called the office just now. They said they wanted to talk to you about something. I wonder if they've heard about Crane.
Thank you for listening, Sheriff. You should go on to your next business. I don't think you'll be wasting your time.
Wait, you don't have to go. That was abrupt.
It's one way to send a message.
What did she tell you? I didn't mean to rush her out.
She heavily emphasized you should
Did you
go.
get anything from her? Okay then. Good work. So, about Beauty and Beast.
Yeah, you can't
there's-
be my boss and then be invested, personally invested. You either have to be my boss or not. You can't flip between jobs and then act like there's no change.
Something to it?
You
Is this
can't
the
be
right place
chummy
to look?
anymore.
What could they know about the
Or no longer.
Or do you think they just heard about last night and they're scared about what's been going on?
Well, whatever it is, I'm sure they called for a reason. Suppose I better go check it out.
You know, Beauty came
Stop
to me a
stamping
while
out
back.
your fucking cigarettes
She was looking for
indoors.
Financial
Don't do it outdoors
assistance.
either, but
I told
definitely
her
not
there was nothing I
indoors.
could do, and she said that meant she'd have to go somewhere else. Bigby, You don't think she meant that she was going to go to the Crooked Man, do you?
Oh, I don't know.
Explain why they called.
I don't
We
know,
need to
Snow.
solve this before something else happens. Who knows what? I have other matters to attend to.
Something most that's very realistic, at least in the sense of that's something most politicians don't realize is that when you make something illegal, it typically doesn't actually stop it from happening. It just
Look what happened.
it just means people go elsewhere to find what they need or want.
You said it was settled. That doesn't mean I have to agree to it.
And when were you going to tell me? Or were you just going to keep that a secret too?
You know what it was. You know what was going on, Beast. I had to get a job, and you wouldn't have it. Don't make it into something it wasn't.
It's the principle of it.
Don't act like you weren't keeping secrets too.
If you're going to bring up ancient history, I don't have to stand here and listen.
Fine, go off in a huff. I'm through talking anyway.
Sounds like my cue. That's not a knock.
Oh. What do you want?
Jesus, dude.
Well, you're just going around knocking on doors? Stirring the pot?
You called, right? Or, was it Beauty?
Why would I call you?
What the fuck is your problem, dude? We settled this in the
I've had a
hall.
shitty
Do you
night,
think you're the only one?
and I really don't want to deal with the runaround. Snow said you called and wanted to talk to me.
Well, I didn't call. Must have been Beauty. She's been surprising me a lot lately.
What is with this turn?
And
So have you, Bigby. Yet, with all the sneaking around and secrets, somehow I'm still the bad guy.
Yeah, because you're being a jackass
I hear
out of the
about it all
blue.
night long from her.
You saw the fucking murder scene that I was investigating.
Beast, who's at the door?
if you don't want to talk, can you just get Beauty for me?
I don't know. Is it safe to turn?
Oh my god. This is so fucking contrived.
It's your pal, Bigby.
Hi, Bigby.
What the
excuse us for
fuck is
just a
wrong with
minute.
you?
Can I talk to you in private?
Yes, let's.
I guess I really do have the smallest apartment in the Woodlands.
It's a pretty nice apartment.
You're going to make a problem out of this.
What's he doing here? We don't need to bring him into this.
Beast.
I just don't think we can trust him. Not after the way he went behind my back.
What?
And then you run and call him again?
Well, I trust him.
Of course you do. He was keeping secrets for you.
It was one little thing. Do you want to keep fighting about that? Or do you want to try to sort this out?
All I'm saying is we can handle this on our own. You didn't have to bring him here.
We're
Don't
out of money.
Push it
and
over,
answers.
jackass.
That's why I called.
Hmm.
We'll
Talk about
finish
living
this
in the
later,
past.
But we need to talk to Bigby.
Fine. If you want to talk, we'll talk.
I know what the electric bill is for that thing.
So is this all just filler?
Sorry, it's been a long night.
Yeah, you know what they say. Centuries of marriage come with centuries of baggage.
I gotta say, your place, it looks, expensive.
What do you mean by that?
Beast!
No, really, I want to know. What are you trying to say, huh? Did you come to give us decorating tips?
You've lived here a long time, and you've never called me over. So what's this about? Is this something about that loan you took out? From the Crooked Man?
I didn't know what else to do, so
We should deal with this on our own. Bigby's just going to complicate
I
things.
called him here, and I want to see if he can help us out. Why are you being like this?
I'm just trying to do what's best for us. That's all I ever do.
I'd like to help you, but I can't do anything if you don't tell me what's going on.
I gotta know one thing first. What if we did have something to say about the Crooked Man? What if we talk and you don't get him? And all this comes back on us?
It sounds like it's going to anyway,
We've
jackass.
seen what happens when you cross the Crooked Man. And I don't know if it's worth it. If you can't give us certain assurances.
We're just looking for a little peace of mind in this.
I can protect you, but only if you tell me what I need to know.
That's a little bit
And that means details. No
more
more
than I-
stonewalling.
We aren't.
And just tell me what's going on here.
Look, we're used to a certain kind of lifestyle, okay? We couldn't just give that up.
We never meant for it to get like this. It's just that we had nowhere else to turn. And we got in over our heads.
There's not a lot of work out there. Who would we be if we just lived like...
Hi there, you've reached Beauty.
And Beast.
And we're out doing something fabulous.
let me just,
Nope.
A day at the beach?
Skiing
Hey.
the slopes.
We're not done here.
I
We
should...
can't come to the phone right now, so leave a message at the beep and we'll get back to you as soon as...
Creepy.
humanly possible. Beep! That fucking message. I'm gonna come down there and bash your heads in with that machine if I have to call again and hear that fucking message one more time. I've been doing this long enough to know that if you had the cash, you'd have paid by now. So consider yourselves out of warnings. It's time to start thinking about how else you can settle this. Because next time, I'm making a house call. The Crooked Man's gonna get his, one
fuck
way or
this.
another.
Shit.
I wonder if that was actually timed or if I would have failed it
All I
never,
care
no
about is
matter
how
what.
can I find the Crooked Man? Who do I talk to? Where do I
It'd be
go?
weird to have a double timer there. A timer to do anything and then a timer to do it in time.
The Lucky Pawn. That's where I borrowed the money. The Crooked Man's behind that place. I'd overheard people talking to Jersey about loans before. So, when
You've got a
needed
fucking
money,
Fabergé egg
that's
on
where I
your
went. I
mantelpiece.
didn't know
Fucking
what to
sell it.
do.
You could have told me.
You had enough on your plate.
Wait, who do you deal with?
Jersey. You know, the Jersey Devil.
Oh yeah, that slimy prick. I didn't realize he was back on this side of the river.
And those Tweedles were always going in and out. Probably dropping off a loan payment they squeezed out of some poor fable. But never the Crooked Man. Mainly it's just regular fables. I can see now that it was a mistake, but I'm not the only one who goes there, you know. I saw the Woodsman's axe there just the other day. It was in a display case.
Yeah, and then
I
somebody
guess
tried to
he's
kill me
in
with it.
hard times too. There's a lot of that going around. I can't imagine he has a lot of marketable skills.
Sometimes, fables just don't have anywhere else to go.
I only hope that by
Maybe
not
if you go
saying that
there,
out loud, that doesn't mean I didn't
sort
have
some
that
things
Bigby
out.
didn't have the realization,
Guess
right?
I'll go check out the Lucky Pawn. If I can't track down the Crooked Man there, maybe I can make enough noise that the Crooked Man.
Because I don't want to tell
find
them
me.
all
Hold
of
on,
my
Bigby,
thoughts.
Don't go there.
But I still
Sounds
want to
like
have
you're
the
just going to get
thoughts.
Beauty in trouble. And
What the fuck does that even mean, dude?
you know that butcher shop, the cut above?
Clearly,
It's the
you're not
place
the
on
only ones who
Tupper
go there.
Street.
Why would
Same
they
block as the bakery,
assume
Candlestick.
that I am associated with you? And why are you
Well,
so
I've been
self-centered
delivering
about this whole thing,
packages
other
from
than, you
there
know,
for a
being
while.
rich pricks?
The thing is, it's for the Crooked Man. And I don't think it's meat in the packages. You gotta understand, I needed work.
You have to believe us. We didn't think it would get like this.
We're decent people, Bigby.
Well, what are you delivering? What's going on there? How does this fit into the Crooked Man's operation?
I couldn't tell you, but I do know this. It's the only meat market in town that doesn't carry filet. I'm not sure how much actual butchery goes on there.
How did you get involved with this?
Johann the butcher called. He had a problem with the refrigeration unit one night. But when I finished, it was your pal Mary who showed up to pay me. She said I was reliable. She liked that. And it's the only thing I've been able to pick up. And it's still not enough. I don't want Beauty to have to work.
These are
especially
all
not
good
where she
questions or statements
was.
or...
It's up to me to take care of her.
It's Mary you deal with? Bloody Mary is there?
No, Johann is the one who hands over the packages, you know, day to day. But I've seen her around there. She gets under my skin, you know. I try to avoid her. But I don't need to tell you what she's
You're
like.
damn right you don't. I don't need a rundown on her reputation. If Mary works out of there, I need to look into it.
That's a little aggressive there, Big
I
B.
just wanted to provide for Beauty. Give her the kind of life she
Jesus
deserves.
Christ, you two, lay off it.
We shouldn't have to live like this. Scraping to get by.
Oh my god.
None of us should.
The
We were
level of
royalty
arrogance
once.
in this room
We
is
were
just
accustomed to a certain
skyrocketing.
lifestyle. All we want is to make this place feel a little bit like home.
This is yet another writing problem where I feel like the writers are trying to railroad me into not liking these two. And strictly speaking, they're correct to do so in the context that I've been given. However, in the context of the previous episodes, I don't know. They seemed pretty fine. And now they're rich, arrogant jackasses who are doing illegal things and trying to pass it off. It's kind of out of the blue. I don't know that this characterization is entirely appropriate. Maybe it was their intention all along, in which case it's the previous episodes that are at fault in their writing. But this is like, it's borderline screaming at me to dislike these two rich pricks.
You wouldn't understand, Bigby.
I mean, the case in fucking point.
I don't need to understand. It's not my fucking job to understand. My job is to keep Fabletown safe.
So, where are you going? If this all goes
It's none
sideways,
of your fucking
I'd
business.
like to know where it's coming from.
Well, this is a choice. All right, so with the Lucky Pawn, we're going directly after the Crooked Man and Loan Sharking and like a general menace to a large proportion of the populace, whereas the butcher shop is indirectly at the Crooked Man, more black market, more threat of, imminent mortal danger, more seedy underworld type of thing, and basically whatever it's a front for. The question is, for me, from like a meta-narrative perspective, why the fuck are they looping in like illicit deals at this point? What the fuck are people dealing in at the, like, they're not gonna do drugs, right? That would be absurd to add that in as an additional element at this point. I also don't want to deal with Bloody Mary, but something tells me the Lucky Pawn is not going to play out very cleanly, because the implication is that it's the place of less imminent threat. I sort of wish it wasn't a choice of one or the other, because they do seem pretty seriously at odds. It seems like I ought to be able to do both, but I'll go with my gut and just go with the Lucky Pawn. I don't really have a super strong feeling one way or the other, but I think the Lucky Pawn will at least be more interesting.
I'm going to the Lucky Pawn. There's too much going on there to ignore. I'll have a word or two with Jersey.
You know, Bigby, once you show your face there, word is going to get out. There may be nothing left to see if you go to the butcher shop after.
Well, I guess I'll find out.
Wait. I don't know what you're planning to do when you find the Crooked Man, but is there any way you could help us out?
Help your fucking selves.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe you can make this all just go away.
We would really appreciate it. What do you say?
Can you help us out?
You're asking me to kill him, aren't you? Is that what you think I do?
No, of course not.
I don't know how you'd get that idea. We just We know that the Crooked Man is dangerous to all of Fabletown.
I'm gonna do my job. Lucky for you, that might just solve your problems anyway.
Oh, thank you, Bigby.
I'm sure you'll do the right thing.
Bullshit. Boy, beasts swing from one side to another and back again. Fuck that guy. Just on general principle.
It's dirty.
No, it's not.
It looks like you slept in it. In a pile of garbage.
Jack, why are you...
Why do you
Seen me
have
take a torn
this?
purse for a tenner.
Yeah, but I also got her phone number. I don't want your phone number. Ugh. Really?
What?
Bigby's here.
Oh.
This is a surprise.
Sheriff, I'm just here for information. It's about the murders.
This'll take 2 minutes and I'll be out your way.
I'm not taking the coat.
But it's magic.
So?
And it'll be covering a check I already wrote.
Okay, well, that sounds like a your problem to me.
Yeah, it is. And so I came here to sell it off.
Hey, wait a minute, that's Faith's code.
It was face coat. Look,
How the
you
fuck
left
did
it
it-
in my place. What do you expect me to do?
No, that's...
Yes, I think the off-cited statute of Finders Keepers clearly states that it's his now, Bigby.
So what's it gonna be?
I don't know what to tell you. See if Cindy needs a coat. I don't know.
This is to pay for those bloody glamours, you know. You and your blinkered rules. If a witches didn't charge so fucking much, I wouldn't have to be in here dealing with this nonsense.
What are you complaining to him for?
You know, maybe Snow can help you out.
How could Snow help me out?
Because we
Give me
just
an
took on
advance.
another witch.
A loan or something. She's kind of in charge of the business office now.
Well, the last guy who was in charge didn't help us much, so forgive me if I don't expect anything different now.
Sorry for
I don't
making
know
a
what you're getting
suggestion.
so steamed about. Shouldn't be that big of a shock that I'm not gonna take an ass hair coat.
No, I guess it shouldn't be, since this whole bleeding operation's just a setup for one of his shady fucking loans.
Ixnay on the own lays, okay, Og Frey?
I mean, what
Yeah,
kind
real
of a
subtle.
game are you running here?
Toad?
You turn down people's stuff so you can peddle his shit?
Shut up.
It's not worth it, Toad.
What? Sometimes it's worth it? You know, depending. I mean, I don't even know what he's talking about.
When has a Crooked Man loan ever been worth it, Jack?
Well, I'll leave you to your business. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
Good luck with that glamour, Toad.
Fuck off.
Leave the coat.
How the hell do you expect me to get a glamour then? It's not like I've got a lot of options, you know.
Look, I'll give you some money, all right?
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, shit. I thought I still had,
Do you even know how much a glamour costs?
I've never had to buy one.
Keep your money, Sheriff. I've no patience for charity.
If you're gonna be out like this, can't you at least wear a bigger hat?
You know, it's getting old to tell the difference.
Between what?
Between the business office and fables like a Crooked Man, who you purportedly seek to protect us from. Either way, I'm getting screwed.
Drop by anytime.
I don't like him taking the coat, but apparently I can't get him to leave it here. Yeah, me too, Ice Maker. Okay, so this is something I talked about in the comments, but I want to bring up again so I can talk about it in a more, well, I was going to say formal fashion, but that doesn't really make sense. There is a distinct lack of planning in the writing of this world on a lot of levels. But one of the most obvious and distressing ones is the fact that I have no idea how, and nobody does because it's not clearly not been written or planned, how the structure of the supposed government works. So, for one, there are clearly not enough staff members. Now, whether that is a limitation of the time and effort that was available to render individuals into the game or whatever else, but there are other ways that don't cost a whole lot to imply that there are more people working in their government system of sorts. However, that does not solve the fundamental problem that there is clearly no voting going on. There is no hierarchy, no clear hierarchy of who's in charge of what, no clear sense of where the rules and laws and everything else come from. And of course, on top of all of that, there's the further compounded issues of, well, you're dealing with a whole bunch of magical creatures, all with different needs and demands and so on and so forth, and trying to legislate that alone is a nightmare, even if you have a well-working government, supposedly. But the best I can glean from using only the data that we have been directly given, and not any other like contextual cues, is basically that this works in some sort of like it's a like pseudo oligarchic or like it's like an anarchist collective, except with a more federalized central government of sorts. However, it's incredibly unclear what they do and don't do, who they do it for, where the laws are coming from or how they're being passed. And all of these are important, especially when your main character is supposedly a law enforcement official of some capacity, even if not formally in the sense of how we typically think of police, that his authority has to come from someplace. He has to know, there has to be a distinction of what he has power over and what he doesn't, and what the rules and responsibilities of his office are. And yet, every scene seems to change it on a whim to decide what is most appropriate for the scene at hand. The original discussion here sort of came about in the context of anti-Greenleaf and whether we burn our fucking tree down. Which, my point was, well, they heavily implied that it's not distinctly illegal for her to do that, but it's heavily, considered to be unacceptable. So, in a proper governance system, if you're dealing with a few hundred to a few thousand people, shouldn't be that hard to organize. Even amongst fables with histories, it still should be possible, especially after hundreds of years of supposed governance. You should be able to pass laws, right? That's basically what it comes down to. But it's very apparent they haven't. And so, what are you going to say? Right? And it all loops, I'm just rambling at this point, but it all loops back to, why does Bigby have the job he has? And what is expected of him? And I think the answer to both is basically, it's totally informal. He's appointed because he was the big bad wolf. And somebody has to be strong, and somebody has to be the asshole scapegoat that everybody also already dislikes. Now, I'll refrain from getting into going over the issue of the time scale again with the, boy, everybody seems to just be learning about each other despite the fact that they've supposedly lived here for hundreds of years. I'll avoid doing that, but I think it speaks for itself. That is problematic and doesn't make much sense. Anyway, I felt the need to reiterate some of those things because I just don't know what to do about it. There's a lot of problems here. A lot of problems that I think could have very reasonably been fixed with a little bit of, better writing, better editing, better planning. But Telltale also notoriously was writing episodes or chapters, whatever you want to call them, of most of their games like after the previous one released. So they'd release episode 1 of a game and they'd start writing episode 2, which is just baffling on so many levels. So I want this to be good. I desperately want it to be good. But it's really falling apart at the seams now.
Look, I work here sometimes
You
for
know
the
what?
extra cash.
I'm gonna pour myself more rye. I need it. I need it to get through this. Okay, Jack. What do you have to say for yourself?
Something stable. You know, between more entrepreneurial bouts.
Yeah, sure.
And before you ask, I've never seen the Crooked Man in here. Neither hide nor hair and all that. In fact, as far as I can tell, he's never even actually stepped foot in
Does
here.
anybody even know who the
Bloody
Crooked
Mary
Man
works
is?
for him, and the last time I saw her, she had the woodsman's axe.
So?
So the last time anybody else saw that axe, it was here.
We'd never take something like that. Is this
Why did the
really
woodsman
why you
need
came
money?
Down here? The woodsman's axe? Because I don't know anything about it.
I'll be asking the questions here, Jack.
Okay, fine. Fire away. Because I'm not a mind reader.
There's more than just pawning going on here. You got the loans. What else? Maybe it's like a weapons locker, too. Was the axe here?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I think I
Well,
noticed
there's
a
the
giant
statue
mystical axe, and that's saying
that we didn't
something.
find.
Since, you know, I can sometimes miss the obvious. I'm just joking. I never miss anything. Steel trap and all that.
You wouldn't mind if I look around for a bit, then?
And what if I did mind?
That's a grin.
Listen, I gotta start closing up shop, so,
Close. It's the middle of the day.
what can I say? Jersey likes to run at odd hours. And really, he'd be the one to talk to, so can't you just swing by later? It really wouldn't be good for me if he sees your face when he walks in. So, I'd really rather you not physically be here if he comes back. You know?
What else can you tell me about Jersey Devil?
Just that he's a fucking psycho and I like to stay out of his way. I typically work when he's not here. But I can call you when he comes back, alright? Can't you
Shut up, Jack. If the Jersey Devil isn't here to answer my questions, it also means he isn't here to get in my way. So I'm gonna take a look around, as long as I've got the elbow room.
Alright. Don't let me get in your way.
A little bit more of a jackass response than I like, but yeah, you know what? Do I get to look at everything? That's the thing.
The Headless Horseman. Isn't this Crane's?
Maybe? I don't know.
Is that all that we have to say about it, really?
This is Prince Lawrence's dagger.
They're just...
Who sold this?
I don't know. Look, are you almost done? A dagger isn't exactly the axe, so, who cares, really?
How can you not know who pawned it?
I'm not here every day. And even when I am here, people sometimes dump boxes of shit.
And you don't
Doesn't matter.
inventory it before you take it in and pay them for it?
You don't know how hard most of us have it, do you?
You, and Grin, and Toad, you're all better off than you think.
It was a rhetorical question, but sure, fine.
I mean, I don't know what response you want from me, man. Like, we're all struggling in our own ways. Like,
with your eyes, not your hands, okay?
Yeah, why do you keep doing that, Bigby? Those are both from the trolls or giants or whatever they were, I think. Now that's interesting. That's missing. So let's look at this first. This is pretty weird that it's all stuff to look at with no dialogue. I don't know why this has the option to look at it.
Reminds me of Briar Rose.
You're not touching anything, are you?
I don't know. Look with your eyes, dude.
Oh, okay then.
It's behind a glass case, isn't it? Oh, well, I did just open a Fables entry.
Just my luck.
Okay. I think the last one is going to be the missing thing in the case. What's that on the ground? Nothing? Really?
What's the anvil for?
Blacksmith didn't need it.
Haven't seen him around for a while.
I feel like I know what that one is about, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I think it has something to do with like lucky horseshoes and all that. Jack?
I thought you said you'd never take something like this.
What? I don't,
Jack?
Yeah?
When was Mary here?
Was who here?
Bloody Mary. Because the axe was here, but it's gone, and she had it.
I'm slightly
So
concerned
she
that
was
saying
here.
her name may actually...
I don't know anything about that. I don't, really. I mean, I don't work every day, so... and even when I do work, I just try to keep my head down.
Just tell me the truth. What happened to the axe?
It was Mary. She took it, okay? That's all I know.
That's all you know? You don't know she almost fucking killed me with it last night?
No. No. I had no goddamn idea. She sometimes comes in to pick up shit. Sometimes it's for her. Sometimes it's for the crooked man. But I'm smart enough to not ask questions, all right?
Why'd she take it? Just to fuck with me?
You think I'm crazy enough to ask her that? I'm not sticking my foot in that lawnmower, thank you.
Well, for your sake, you better think of something to tell me.
That's all I can tell you. I'm being
Somebody's
straight
gonna
here.
burst
I'm just
in and
part-time.
interrupt before I can learn
It's
anything.
Jersey who's the one who's into this stuff. He's one of the crooked man's boys, okay? And it'd be great if he was here to tell you all this, but he's not. So just...
Jersey, don't give me that shit. What the fuck is the point of having a system if you're just gonna...
That's my fucking system.
But you're the guy who makes sure
I'm
that...
the guy that keeps shit in order, and that's it, Woody. Who closed the fucking gate? Jack?
Boy.
If you love your axe so fucking much, why'd you pawn it in the first fucking place, huh?
I didn't pawn it, asshole. It was stolen from my apartment. And Gren said
Probably
that he
by
saw it here.
one of the
Tell me
Tweedles.
where it is right fucking now.
I think while tempers are running high, we should keep demands to a minimum, okay?
guys, no roughhousing while Dad's home, okay?
Christ. And this fucking guy, too?
Bigby? What are
Is
you...
his axe even here?
Nope, it isn't.
Just like I said, it's not here. Happy? I got shit to do, so whatever you're here for, make it snappy.
He wanted to know where...
Actually, you know what? I don't care what he wanted.
Wait.
No,
We're
I
not
think I
doing
need to
this
take a
yet.
hard line with
Yes,
this
we
guy.
are. You're dealing with me now, okay? And until I give you permission, you're not gonna do anything but answer my questions.
How's your arm? Bloody Mary leaves a bit of a stink, don't she? Jack, did you know that as of this very morning, Bigby's
I'm
joined
willing
the
to kill
Crooked
this guy.
Man's obedience school for wayward fucking
Snap
creatures?
judgment.
He's already passed his first class. You see, the sheriff had who he stupidly thought was the murderer. Been chasing him for fucking days, right? But the crooked man snapped his bony fingers, and Bigby handed him over, just like that.
I'm, just gonna, let you two, you know.
The crooked man appreciated that.
I wouldn't exactly put it like that.
Are you kidding me? It was here. It was right fucking here. What did you do with it?
How the fuck do I know?
Listen, you bald little dipshit. You're gonna... You piece of shit.
Back it up, Jersey. You're dealing with me now.
I didn't expect to see you upright. Still looking for whoever killed them hookers? Or are you done chasing your tail?
Boy, he's just
Where's
sticking
my
his
ass?
foot
Who'd you
further
give it
and
to?
further in his mouth.
Follow me here all the way from Battery fucking Park just so I can prove to you that your axe isn't here. And you think I'm gonna take another inch of abuse? Are you out of your fucking mind?
Trust me, you do not want to go there.
And what if I do? You talk big, but I don't think you got the stones to back it up. Still a little sore, are we? Why should Mary get all the fun? You ain't so tough. You know what? I'm just gonna handle you myself. You fucking motherfucker! Oh, motherfucker!
Yeah, he's getting the full brunt of this.
What the hell are you doing? This is my fucking fight.
Not now.
Dog, you got a lot of nerve.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Protecting your friend. Too bad you couldn't protect those whores. Go on, try to stop me.
Fucking stay down. There she is.
Ah, nice. Ah, I missed it. Oops. It's nice that I don't have to pass all of them. Fuck you, guy. No, no, no. Fuck you. I'm done. Oh my god, how much...
I found her.
I'm surprised I could lift that. This whole town's fucked up. Go for it.
Wanna try again?
You can't find a crooked man. No one can. There's no address, no place. He lives in the bends and forks of tree roots, behind the sun, in the shadows.
That's not good enough.
Oh, the door to his house. It bounces around. Never in one spot. You'll never find it. Even Crane had to use the magic mirror. That fucking guy. Oh, mirror, mirror. Oh, fucking shit.
Okay, that's Crane's way. How do you contact him?
Oh, I don't. He uses couriers for everything. ravens, oh, goblins, the fucking Tweedles. Whatever. I go in when I'm taken there. You don't know anything about anything, do you? What do you have? Nothing.
And rather than helping, you
Useless
decided to be a
bitch, no
belligerent
light,
asshole.
Broken fucking mirror. No fucking friends. And no clue about who was really running this town.
Where did you hear it got broken?
Oh, that. Gossip flies fast. We're like a sewing circle. It doesn't matter what you fucking do. You're not gonna get him. You wanna knock on his fucking door and see what happens? Fine. Crane had the mirror. Bloody Mary had Crane. So take your fucking wrecking crew act to the butcher shop.
The cut above. And if I can find the mirror piece there, I can find the crooked man.
Boy, that was a
That's
little
her
heavy-handed.
spot. That's where all the magic happens. Now leave me, so I can find some aspirin. Oh.
I kind of hoped we'd kill him.
He ain't going anywhere. You better not be fucking with me, or I'll come back here and finish the job.
You got what you want. Now get the fuck out of here.
Pretty arrogant for somebody who we're both very willing, very obviously willing to wound or kill.
Sheriff, those girls are still dead. Oh, and there's nothing.
Why are
can
you
do
doing this?
to bring them back? And I don't know what they did, but I do know this. Oh, if they're dead, it's because the crooked man wanted them dead. That's all it takes.
Part of me wants to hear him out, but I can't imagine where the fuck he's gonna pull some new information from.
Me all you want, but what good is it gonna do you? 'Cause he ain't in your town. You're in his.
I gotta know.
Sure as shit is ready for you.
That wasn't even a choice. It was just whether you wait or not. What? Yeah, why not? Not like they're expensive. At least not for me.
Shitty brand.
So we can rule out the woodsman, I guess is the implication.
I'm having trouble deciding which one of you to hit with this thing. Jersey was wrong, you know. About what? About those girls. There is something you can do about it. You can get the fucker who did it. Ain't that the plan? Yeah, you're damn right it is. All right, we'll go do it then.
Feel like he needs a glamour for his axe. It's a man just walking around with an axe. Well,
Hey, Woody.
Yeah.
You gonna be all right? You know me.
I'm trying to figure out where to cut this episode because I'm slightly worried that it's just going to suddenly end and then I'm going to be left with like a 5-minute episode somewhere. Okay, we're going to cut here. I'm risking that the next episode's going to be short, but we'll see what happens. Well, that was quite the encounter. Frankly, we didn't learn a whole lot. Except for that everybody is an asshole. It wasn't totally miserable combat, although once again they did the, hey, here's a prompt you're supposed to not actually be able to complete, or so I assume, because I'm pretty fast at clicking those buttons or tapping the letters, and I don't know how I possibly could have clicked Q faster on that one. Anyway, I digress. I will see you guys in the next episode when we find out what's going on here, I guess. In the cut above.